Hey, hello, and howdy. Thanks for joining us again today. We're going to take a dive into university-based investing. And you could be on several different sides of the spectrum here. Some people think that university investing is fantastic. It's the best thing that's ever been created. They think back to their glory days in college and think, let's get another slice of that. Some people look at fraternities and sororities and realize that they are, if nothing more, a giant property management play. Brilliant. Well done. And some people look at it and say, you know what, I've got serious reservations on the university economic system and whether the university system in America could even last 10 more years. All right. Speculation aside, universities can be a fantastic investment vehicle to ride on. And we're going to take a look today at some different niches in Oklahoma City that are primed for university-based investing. So I'm going to flip this around and walk through the Oklahoma City metropolitan area through the lens of universities. All right. Here we are looking at our beloved Oklahoma City again and zoomed really far out. What you can see is the metro. Actually, it's just the north side kind of. You'll notice that Oklahoma City is pretty disproportionately balanced. It is mostly on the west side. So this road, the highway that sneaks up, it's 35 down here, and then it's State Highway 77 up here. It basically delineates west from east. Not truly. There's overlap because that's not good, straight up and down, and Oklahoma City is built on a grid system, but more or less what is west of this is West Oklahoma City, what is east, and then you get into your Midwest cities, and then Dell cities, Edmond. What we're going to talk about today specifically is university investing. Many people prefer university investing because you have a constant flow and a knowable demand of tenants. When you're leasing to tenants who are in university, you are not ever really competing with homeowners. You are competing with other homeowners who are renting their properties to university students. But because of the evergreen nature of tenants in the university system, you know that a property nearby that is specifically ideal for a university student, marketed well, marketed at the right time, is usually going to have a tenant. So if you strip out any fears about the future of the U.S. university system and the student debt crisis, what you're left with is a reality that these major institutions like University of Oklahoma down in Norman, University of Central Oklahoma in Edmond, they are over a century old. They are beacons and mainstays of the state. So long as the university system in the U.S. is thriving, it would stand to reason that these key prominent state universities will continue to thrive. One of the things that's interesting about Oklahoma City is that while we do have OU down in Norman and UCO in Edmond, we also have a number of smaller colleges, including one of the highest priced private universities in the state, University of Central Oklahoma, located around about here. We have Rose State College out on 240. We have a number of smaller private Christian colleges, including Mid-America Christian University in the south, and we've got a few small Christian schools over here in War Acres and Bethany. And then we have a number of other colleges like Langston University. And the list could go on. But the important thing is, whether you're catering to a massive behemoth football powerhouse like OU down here in Norman, or you're doing the much more tame but still lively party or lively university crowd of University of Central Oklahoma in Edmond, you've got the ability to pick a university ecosystem and invest within it. Here you have the University of Central Oklahoma, or UCO, and you have Oklahoma Christian University, another sizable university. And so the interesting thing about Edmond as opposed to Norman is that this area around Oklahoma Christian University is already pretty prime real estate. There aren't really the same dynamics at play around Oklahoma Christian as there are around OU. It's also a different size university, but with a strong student base. But there are some cool opportunities in these neighborhoods like Lost Creek and not necessarily Spring Creek. It's a little too high value, but in Wellington Park, Northwood, and then some of the older homes in Eagles Crest, maybe. There's an opportunity to apply that OU idea of how do we take, high bedroom count homes that are, lagging in style. How do we get those under value, add some decor and some aesthetic appeal to them, and rent them out by the room to university students. That will work exceedingly well around UCO as well. It is situated in the older part of town, so it actually has a large number of small, think 800 to 1,100 square foot homes around it. And then as you radiate out from UCO, there's a lot of student-friendly housing, which makes it an ideal place to operate your traditional rentals, where you buy a 2-bedroom, 1-bath house for, in Edmond right now, maybe $120,000 if you can find one, and you rent it out for $1,000 to $1,100. So roughly under the 1% rule, but not far, and perpetually full, turning over every couple years to another generation of college students. And so those are your two primary pockets of student housing. And let me show you a third here in Oklahoma City. If you wanted to focus on the university, Oklahoma City University, then you would buy right here, around here. So Oklahoma City University is one of the highest priced in terms of tuition schools in the state. It attracts a large amount of foreign students and locals that are keen on studying in the city. It has a location smack in the middle of the urban core. And so one of the nice things about Oklahoma City University is that the students largely stay everywhere, but right here, radiating around Oklahoma City University, are some of the most desirable older homes in the city. And I don't mean desirable in the sense of what you'll find in Mesta Park and Heritage Hills, but I mean desirable in the sense of you've got 2-bedroom, 1-bath, 900 square foot bungalows. You've got 3-bed, 1-bath, 1,100 square foot. You've got these charming older homes that are just begging to be renovated. Some of them, like down here in Gatewood, and to some degree stuff in Military Park, but specifically Gatewood has been a hot target for the local flippers. And you'll see some drop-dead gorgeous homes that trying to rent to college students by the room would work fantastic. But you still see several opportunities in this lower Military Park and this area around the Asian District. So if you are interested in general investing, catering towards college students, and you just know that you want an ever-present, evergreen source of new tenants, Oklahoma City has 3 key demographics, 3 key pockets that you can invest in. The benefit of an OU or a University of Central Oklahoma is simply that you've got a more than 100-year-long track record that says they're not going anywhere. The benefit of or Oklahoma City University or one of the smaller Christian colleges tends to be that they have a very loyal following that is also going to have some utility if the university scene wasn't a great play for you. So if you bought something around Oklahoma City University, unless the reurbanization trend halts aggressively here, you're going to have some good opportunities to pivot and not specifically lease out to students. All right. Thanks for tuning in again to Craftsman Real Estate. We love getting to add value to all of our clients and our prospective clients and the great cloud of witnesses that are getting to journey with us in real estate investing. If you're considering investing in Oklahoma City, or you're considering Oklahoma City among other cities and would like to just chat through the comparative strengths and weaknesses, we would be honored to be part of that conversation. The easiest way to get in touch is to drop us an email. And while you're here, will you subscribe to our channel? Would you like this video? And would you share it with anyone that you think would add value to the conversation or would receive value from tuning in? And if there's anything you would like to see us cover on our video series, please drop a line below in the comments and let us know what we can do to entertain you, to serve you, and to add value to your overall conversation. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.